All right, guys, what's going on? Billy AZ Prospector. I am out here at Franconia. I've dubbed this little hill right here now Playhouse Hill. I don't know why this playhouse is out here in the middle of nowhere. Again, if you watch my previous videos, I think it has something to do with that. I guess a homeless camp that was done out here for a while. I haven't seen any activity out here from a year ago. But I don't know if you recall, I might have put this in the last video where I hiked up. I found an iron right down there at the crossroad. Made my way up to here. I was kind of working northwest, but I think I was a little bit too far west. But interesting enough, I'm back up on the hill. I'm going to work my way kind of directionally that way back towards Kingman, and it'll put me kind of more in the middle of the strewn field. Probably have a better chance of finding something. But I just love finding anything. And I was sweeping around here with my detector, and I ended up seeing this before I actually went over it. But check that out. So if you know anything about Franconia or done any research, they used to practice for World War II, I believe it was. And they would have wire mesh, and you find 50 caliber projectiles, but seldom do you actually find the casing. So what a find. And then you can see the date code stamp on there. This one's actually got a chip on it, which is kind of interesting. But then if you look there, 43, which is pretty cool, man. I mean, I love it. I actually love finding this from a stance of history. So this just tells me that this whole hillside right here probably hasn't been fully detected. And it might be worth slowing down a little bit just to kind of do a sweep along this little bench right here before I continue on. So that's what I'm going to do. But I figured I'd stop and show that to you because that's quite a find. And I will catch you here on my next target. All right, so it's been a little bit. You can see that's about how far I am from the Playhouse Hill. And I've been pretty much scouring back and forth, just kind of working straight down this way. But anyways, I came over here, worked my way kind of gridding back and forth, and I got this target. That's a pretty good target. So I'm gonna move the dirt around here a little bit. Let's see what we can find out of this. Sounds good though. So usually what I do is just kind of kick the top layer across, make sure it's not over there. And I did move it. So now I gotta find it. Might be a hot rock. All right, well, the good news is some of these bigger stones usually what I'll do too, make things a little easier, I'll get my magnet. Nothing really seems to be sticking. I'm not seeing anything. Well, and sometimes it's just a fragment of bullet casing. That's why it wouldn't stick to the magnet, just a casing. But again, that tells me this pretty much this strip up here has not been fully detected. So if there's a meteorite up here, I'm gonna find it. Catch you on the next target. Okay, it's been about an hour, just kind of working my way up into the strewn field, and I got a little target here. Initially came out of here, but so I got a pretty good target there. Let's see if we can get it picked up with the magnet, which would be a good sign. Have a quick look. Don't see anything sticking up. Let's get the magnet and see if we can get it to stick. I don't think that's it. That's why it was difficult to find. Little shrapnel wire. That wire is likely target wire that they would use to drag the targets behind that they would shoot out. So those are tougher to find, but they are out here and they do sound good. All right, we finally got another good target here. So we'll go ahead and get this dug up and see what we got. Hopefully it's not that rock. It's pretty loud though. Pretty loud, it's almost starting to sound like a 50 caliber bullet. Let me get this dug up. Man, unfortunately, you get these out here. Giant hot rocks. And that's part of it. Good old Franconia. Well, you know what these super loud ones generally mean, right? Super loud. Pretty much anticipate what this is going to be. Probably a 50 caliber. Yep, there she is. Those super loud ones, man, are typically those 50 cals. So here, watch this. This is what I was talking about from earlier with this guy. See if I can do this with one hand here, but yeah, there you go. There's your shell casing and your projectile. 50 cal. It's a little dented, so it's not going to fit in there, but this one's still got the copper, somewhat of the copper jacket on it, which is pretty nicely preserved. Always like finding those, but I'd much rather have a meteorite. But the fact that I found this on this flat surface right here where it's open, I need to slow down. I need to circle around this right here and just kind of make sure I hit this whole hilltop, because there should never be a 50 cal right in the middle of the strewn field here, ever. So I'm gonna go ahead and slow it down here and hit this hilltop a little bit zigzaggy and see if we get another target. Okay, I've been gridding off this whole area right here, looking. All of a sudden I got this faint signal right here, and I thought it was just one of these hot rocks scraped off the top. Got louder and louder, so then I got it out. So I like that. Let's see what we can find here. Damn, another hot rock. Pretty sure it's a hot rock. It's not increasingly heavy. And it's not magnetic. Just a really super hot. Must be some manganese in there, something, but not what we're after. Well, I just dug that hole, gotta cover that up, but as I'm walking away, super excited, thinking, man, but ended up being, I think this is the 30 caliber bolt that they shot out here. I'd never found one of these casings, so I don't know if they had a better system for capturing the shells as they fired, but anyways, it's kind of cool finding both pieces. You can see it hit something pretty good there. But anyways, there it lie until I came along and nabbed it, taking it out of the desert. You know, as you're going around though too, there's a lot of interesting pretty stones out here. I got some banded agate earlier, but really cool It's almost like it's quartz. It's cool because it's got the pink and it's got the red. Pretty vibrant. But anyways, gonna keep on hunting, working my way back to the truck now. Off in the distance. Keep on going. I might after this I'm gonna take a break, and I might camping on the south side, so I might go over there, hit some washes, see what if I can find any. I know it's a lot harder to find stuff on that side, but hey, I've been here twice now in the last year, and it's been extremely difficult to find anything. Leave me a comment if you come out here and still hunt Franconia and you find anything. I'm curious to know if you're having any luck. All right, well, I'm up here on the south side, kind of back up behind Franconia Wash, Buck Mountain Wash. And I don't know if these are the Buck Mountains, but just kind of looking through here, seeing if there's anything hops out. Yeah, this was a little sketchy here. Drops off pretty good right there. Thankfully, just wide enough to clear it. It's turning out to be a pretty cool road. I'm glad I did it. Truck's doing good. Found a mine over here. Figured I'd come check it out. I didn't know there was any mines over in this area. Not really sure what they were after. Have to look this up. That's a pretty good sized shaft there. That's pretty good size. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Can't tell off the dump pile what they're after. I'll have to look this up online and see if there's any record of this at all. Alright, well, we'll keep on pushing through the hill here. Well, I had to turn back. Know your limits of your vehicle. Didn't want to get stuck down in this ravine. But anyways, go back up here. That's pretty sketchy. Well, of course, I found some other mines, and there's no road, so I figured I had to hike up to them. It's quite the hill. I think there's another little audit right over there. I'm gonna try to go in that, but I'll make it up that one first. Here's another one you couldn't even see from the road. Lots of quartz in here, so I'm thinking possibly gold. Just not sure. Yeah, nice quartz. With some speckled, see that speckling? That's sulfide, like pyrite. So it's a sulfide ore most likely. Let's see if there's any. Yeah, I see a clay marker. The only clay marker I see is all the way up at the top of the hill. But they went right into that vein right there. Chase that sucker down. The only clay marker I can see is that one. So it says see clay marker. I'm guessing this one's pretty far down too. Maybe not so much. That one up there sure looks like it is. Yeah, there we go. There's trapped quartz in there. I'm interested to see what these claims were. Oh, that's just a test audit. Test prospect. It's not that deep. There used to be a claim marker right here. There's no longer any papers or anything, so I don't know. Yeah, the only one I see now is up at the top of the hill. I have some other plans this afternoon, so I need to hurry up before I lose daylight. Should finish getting up there. Okay. Sorry for the heavy breathing. This was a climb. There's the clay marker. Pretty steep. See a lot from up here. Okay. That's a pretty fresh piece of wood. So this is known as the B mine, North Center Line. Yeah, man, we're up here. All right, I'm gonna check out these claim papers for my own personal curiosity, but I'll see you over at the mine. It's always nice to see some rattlesnake spines. Yeah, that's fantastic. Still stuck together. There's the head right there. It's pretty wild. That's the head. That's pretty wild. Well, still be in mind. That's why you just look. You don't. That's been there a little while, but they were mucking out some stuff. Be interesting to see what they were pulling out still. I didn't bring my light. So guys, wrapping up the day here at Franconia. Fortunately didn't get any amazing finds. Got the World War II stuff, the test shell casing, and a lot of 50 cals. I didn't film all of them, but I probably got at least 6. And no meteorites. This place is getting pretty hammered, guys. Did spend a little bit of time out here on the south side. That was the mountain range I was in earlier today. At the mines we're in, but did some hunting further over that way. But you know, the fact is, the way I see it, when there's still 50 cows being found in the strewnfield, there's still meteorites out here. Unfortunately, I just didn't get over any of them, so I'm gonna sit here in my chair, just enjoy the fire tonight. Got to get to work tomorrow, so hope you guys enjoyed this. And again, if anybody does come out here pretty regularly, let me know how you're doing. You know, the forums seem to be dead. I know Nugget Shooter used to be the go-to place where there was a lot of activity going on about Franconia, just keeping up with everybody. But now it's tough to know where everybody's at these days. And I know, you know, unfortunately some people have passed away that were like Jim Small or big meteorite hunters out here. But yeah, just curious if anyone's still coming out here, having any luck. Hope you enjoyed this short video. This is Billy AZ Prospector of Prospector's Vault. I'll catch you on the next one.